And if you li-
Go
and
ahead.
if you and if you listen closely to some of the music in the background, you hear someone go, "Ow,
Mm.
Yeah,
ow,
that is true.
burger, gadoo, gadoo. Oh, come on, burger, doom, 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 doom."
And
That was
he
like the
also,
Eggman boss.
yeah, a lot of his music also influenced games like Streets of Rage and Comic Zone and shit like
Oh
that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Streets of Rage was heavily influenced by '80s and early '90s
Oh
music,
yeah.
pop
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
But that's Sega. Something Sega had a thing for soundtracks.
You know
That's
what I
because
learned that was funny?
what's up?
That
Mm.
when he was in that episode of The Simpsons, he actually did the voice of himself, but he wasn't allowed to sing. So they had someone else actually come in and sing the lines when he was singing for Lisa's birthday.
Really?
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
didn't actually sing. The company wouldn't allow him.
They ain't want to pay him for for
Because
having to
that's
sing
gonna
on
be
Yeah,
it.
so he was
expensive.
like, have someone else.
That's
Someone else had to
expensive as
sing.
fuck.
An impersonator. Yeah, an impersonator had to go sing for Lisa's birthday, but he was doing the voices, but he wasn't allowed to sing. I was like, oh
Also,
shit.
I
I
find
was
that
watching
very
the.
hilarious that Simpsons couldn't
Mhm.
afford Michael Jackson.
Mm,
The
This
Simpsons.
mm.
Since back
they,
then,
you
no.
know, they were
Since
able to
now,
Fox,
afford
yeah.
him as a voice actor.
Fox.
But to get him to sing, that's a whole
Mm.
other
Mhm.
discussion.
Mhm.
I
Because the
think the
woman that
Simpsons
did the
back
voice of
then,
Lisa
no,
had to
even
break
though
that
they was
shit down.
popular, but I think the Simpsons now, yeah, they couldn't afford it. They probably could afford it. Like
Mm.
Plus, they had to pay for fucking guest stars.
I
Mm.
wonder how
Oh,
much Mike Tyson got paid for that fight scene in what was it, Ip Man 2?
three.
I have yet to
in my
see
Or
that.
three?
three.
I have yet to see part three.
It's on
Part
Netflix.
three was
All of
good.
the
I
Inman
like part
series
three.
on Netflix.
I
So
gotta see that.
Because that fight scene was epic.
I saw
nah,
the first two.
bruh, nah, because Donnie Yen actually admitted that one of the punches grazed him, and that shit hurt like a motherfucker.
Donnie Yen, the fucking legend too.
mm.
But
Right.
yeah, that fight scene was really good because it really shows that like Mike Tyson isn't a boxer because of his size. Like he actually has the skill.
Mm-hmm.
Like he throws hands, like for real.
Yo, them shits look like they hurt. Somebody-
Bruh, yo, if one of them punches landed on him, acting or not, he would have went to heaven. That's all I'm saying.
He said he would have
There's
went to
a
heaven.
reason. There's a reason why a lot of Tyson's fights are as short as they were, and he slumped niggas in a single fucking blow in a lot of his matches.
Mm.
Putting niggas in the shadow realm.
Mm. Send him to the shadow realm.
Facts.
But yo, we gonna go to that. When we gonna talk about this Roe v. Wade drink?
Oh
We can talk about that
God.
now. We can
I
talk
didn't
about that
follow up
now.
on that.
How y'all feel? Let's just get to the question. How y'all feel about what is happening with the Roe v. Wade thing?
Break it down. I didn't get to look into that.
Clarence, could you break it down for me?
Well, pretty much the Supreme Court. There was a leak in the Supreme Court's ruling that they was pretty much going to make it so you couldn't have or abortions wouldn't be legal in certain states. It was going to be like a state by state thing. And since it was leaked, they just went ahead and put it out officially. So apparently, it's supposed to be like it would have to be decided by the state on if they
Mm.
would have abortions. Abortions is legal in that state.
Okay.
But some people are now saying that they're putting limitations on it, which I don't know which is true. I ain't do enough research, but that's the gist of it.
Okay. Huh.
Limitations like what? That's
Like
I thought they already had
access
limitations.
limitations to access, limitation to funding for hospitals to actually like, have
be
that
able to
service
perform those
available.
type of procedures.
But here's the thing that messes me up about the whole abortion thing. There's no alternatives for those kids that are born to be in environments to actually help them out. That is my biggest issue
Right.
because in America, it's about profit first. Like even like if you adopt kids in America, you actually get money. They actually pay you when you adopt kids. It's written off your taxes. So
Hmm.
a lot of people use adoption for that reason. A lot of people also because America has a very distinct culture. I feel like it also doesn't help women in that case too, because whenever women say that something happens to them, they it's always about due process, and it's always about making sure that they're actually telling the truth before anybody actually takes them seriously, when it should really be about supporting the woman regardless of whether you think she's lying or not, in order to make sure that she's getting the resources necessary to handle her trauma. You feel what I'm saying? Because again, women aren't just gonna come up just lying about the shit. Even though there are cases of that, you're not gonna find any random woman that's just gonna sit up there and lie unless she has an ulterior
Now,
motive. And
yeah,
usually
see
when that
now,
happens, but usually when that happens, it's found out. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like the reason why we know that some women lie is because we found out that they were lying or they admit that they're lying. So I feel like with this Roe v. Wade thing, they're setting a precedent that is very, very, very dangerous, because not only are they not equipped to handle the kids that are born from not having those abortions, but it could potentially endanger women, because a lot of women can end up dead by having that baby. Or a lot of women end up having lifelong complications because they went full term with the pregnancy. Like that shit happens a fucking lot.
My,
yeah,
I think is I think what prompted this is that a lot of states were getting out of hand with this shit. Like they were extending the date and shit like after birth and motherfucker. I'm like, yo, then there are
you
plenty
can't
up
abort an
under.
already born baby. At
That's
that
what
point, it's
I'm
murder.
like, how you do this? How does this make sense? And how is this signed into fucking law? And I'm like, and there's too many. There are too many undercover, and it's not just Project Veritas. There's plenty of people who just went undercover and just called in or went up in the office and started discussing shit, talking about oh, how much is for this part and that part and this and the other. Like people go in and actually record these motherfuckers and catch them trying to sell parts and shit. And this is what was prompting. I'm the type of person I'm like, yeah, I when it comes to the state level, like, yeah, leave it to the states, yo, because I already told you, I don't trust the motherfucking government. I don't think they should have any reign over the whole fucking
I
land.
mean,
If we're broken up into
I
states,
mean, the
we
state is
have.
still a government.
I understand, but at least there's control. You could choose where you live and this, that, and the other. You stay, if that's where you know you can get this done and shit. Take that voyage, yo. Come back and all that, yo. You have that choice. But if you have the whole government saying shit, and you know, some people just want to have that control. You know, that's why I am with
So,
it, because personally, um, I have only a certain exceptions, because I feel like, because I'm the same way. I feel like people need to be better educated and need to have self control, right? People need to learn discipline and how and abstinence and rehab, birth control, and things of that nature. So when it comes to like rape and things like that, like yeah, definitely, you know, that makes sense to me. But if it's an accident, a condom burst, or this that, and the other, it makes sense to me. You know, but a lot of people, there are prostitutes that just do it, and it ends up happening because they get paid a certain amount, a little extra. Oh, you know, they hit it raw and things of that nature. Most people don't even want to wear it. Some people, like me, I needed discipline because I'm fucking allergic to the shit. So I needed to practice the discipline, but that shouldn't be my main reason for having that discipline. You know, too much of us don't. And at the same time, we're letting these motherfuckers kill our future children. They know their numbers are running out. This is why this was implemented. I'm sure
yeah,
everybody knows who
I was
Margaret
about to
Sanger
say something
is.
about that. I was going to say
Yeah, we
something
know who
about
Margaret
that.
Sanger is. We know she worked with Bill Gates' father or grandfather, whoever that was, and what the same thing's happening now. Fast forward to modern day, the motherfucker is going to Africa and India and killing kids with pharmaceuticals and all these tests and shit, right? To a point where they kick them out. So like I am not bowing down to the rules of these motherfuckers, is what I'm saying. So if it's at the state level, at least that's less control that they fucking have, because I don't want no one's I really don't want them. It just hurts too much to know that the way it's like it's in the zeitgeist, yo. It's in our entertainment, it's things we watch, it's the things we read, it's the things we see. and sometimes they use our own people. So we're watching these things and like, so we start living a certain lifestyle. We don't have both our parents to be like, no, this is not how it's done. This, then we're left with the religious zealots that'll push it down on you in a way it shouldn't be. And then these are the people we're fighting, and not the people with common sense, not the actual parents with common sense. It's not using religion on it. That's why they have such a good argument against it, because it's like, the religious right is doing this and this, and that's how they make this game where everybody's fighting about it, when the common sense will say, yo, look, do you want to go through this? Do you want to go through the turmoil of the regret later on and things of that nature? Have some self-control,
That happens a lot, really.
Yeah,
The regret part.
if you don't, like, if you want to do this, you want to explore yourself,
of what, a woman getting an abortion.
Then you say, okay,
I know somebody who right now regretting getting an abortion.
Exactly. And I'm like, teach them and that's one thing that I've been that I learned about a while ago, and recently today I've been re-upping on it. There's certain ways you could control this shit, yo. There's tantric studies of how a man can hold on to a seed so these things won't fucking happen. And we have contraceptives. We have all these.
Just don't fuck everything moving.
Exactly. We need this discipline. But we're bombarded with
discipline?
Yeah.
Need some discipline.
Don't be Kevin Gates. Stop thinking with your dick. That shit is dumb.
And we don't have that, but all that goes out the window once she's knocked up.
I love that song, by the way.
We don't like it backwards because we start concerning ourselves with what she's. Then now we're making her. We're piling up on her. We're doing this like, no, this is what it leads to. We gotta have control over this, especially our people. There's not an accident that most of these facilities are in our fucking neighborhoods more than anywhere else. This isn't an accident, and they know who we are. They know what they have pumping into our heads on the regular, and they're just trying to get rid of us. It's straight up. This is the new genocide. Basically, this should be a circumstance level type of thing. This should be like a slip up or something, or a rape case or something, or a health case or something.
A lot of
and shit like that. They're going to be complications. We have the medical knowledge to be able to deal with that and save her and get rid of it. And they're teaching in times when the soul enters and shit like that. It's funny how it corresponds with today's science. Where back then they knew when the child entered, when the soul entered the child, and it matches up exactly with what science says, that what term and this and the other. So I'm like, there is a time and place for it. There are circumstances where this woman should not have to deal with this. It wasn't her choice. It was a slip up. She got drunk. He got drunk. The condom burst. These things happen, and that's when you
fell landed on his dick.
It ain't. But now, a lot, and trust me, I have personal experience where, they're letting dudes nut up in them all day. Okay, so I'm like,
I thought you were about to say you had personal experience where a woman tripped, fell, and landed on your dick.
That would be amusing.
And people want to.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
And I'm like, I've heard the girl talk. I heard this shit. I'm like, I've seen the shit. So I'm like, this exists too, and a lot of it's because of it. Like, I remember there was this time where a couple went in, and when you're outside of the facilities, there's always these religious people standing outside, these Christians out there, and they're handing out pamphlets. This is what they do. This is what they do. Blah blah blah. And the girl just and so the guy basically, I guess he took the paper. They went inside, and he's going through it. And the girl got mad at him and snatched the paper, threw it in the garbage. It's like, what the fuck you doing? So that's where I stand on it. So if you gotta keep the government, and I mean the federal government, from having control over this shit, that's better than anything personal. Because straight up and down, it should be between you and your fucking doctor. A doctor should be able to do it. It's between safely. You and them. They should have the skill and safely. Yeah, there should be consultations. There should be
right. The whole confidentiality thing between a doctor and their patient is there for a reason.
Yeah, free psych eval. See if she's ready for it. Talk to her. Find out. Talk to the man. Did he agree? Is this some bullshit you're pulling on? Are you killing it just to hurt him because he wanted it? And this, these things happen, and these things aren't addressed when these arguments come around. When it comes to legalizing abortion or being able to pay for the abortion and stuff like that, these things aren't talked about, and they should be. Okay. Because people don't talk about the men that are hurt from this, because a lot of men actually want the child, and the girl's like, no, fuck you. Whereas, why isn't it thrown in a court so it could be decided by the peers, or have the parents have a testimonial, or the parties involved have a testimonial so it could be fairly decided at least? But no, if the woman says so, it gets to go on. None of these things are considered. They're just talking about my body, my choice. Yeah, ignore that when it comes to the fucking, clot shots. But when it comes to the human body and the potential human being, you want to just poo-poo that and make it about her body as if there's nothing growing, as if the man didn't have a say. Stop playing, because a lot of this happens with the guy not even knowing she was fucking pregnant, because he knows he would have said, oh, I'll take it, or if you don't want it, I'll fucking take it with me. Well, my mom could do it. My grandmother could do it. How long my parents have been saying they want me to have a child, blah, blah, blah. I can, they can easily find, not easily, but there's a possibility of finding a woman that will accept the child and start a new family. All this is possible, but they throw this away just to pound down the fact of my body, my choice, and make this a issue that can't be solved, like with common sense.
All right. So are we talking about sensible people? Because it doesn't matter about which way it goes. If women has any right taken away, even if it's an ounce of it, trust and believe, I see more Black women dying more than ever. Clear example, BBLs. If they don't have the money to do it here, they are going to go to another country to get it done. Why? Because emotions run women. And, at the end of
the what's a BBL?
Brazilian butt lift.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, so
I didn't know either.
At the end of the day, I'd like to know that most women can make sensible decisions, but emotions will take over. And if it's not legal here, trust and believe it will be legal somewhere else. Whether the man says, hey, I have rights, it says that she's not supposed to get an abortion. Next thing you hear, she's in another country getting it fucking done. And that's the worst, because not only going to lose the baby because she wants to have, she doesn't want the baby, but she can have potential of getting sepsis or something really bad happening to her in another country, or illegal abortions here. I just see bigger problems happening now. I would like to think that we're all sensible. I would think, that will happen. Let it not be legal here, and we're gonna see some shit.
Men need to learn how to fucking watch their fucking seed too, because I can't put it all on them. I can't put it all on the women.
Yeah, and
Takes two.
It either. I think the education. I think the only thing that should happen when it comes to abortion clinics is them to go through a fucking class and see exactly what happened. If they can't sit through it, then they have no business trying to abort a child, in my opinion. You have to sit through certain things and be knowledgeable what the fuck is happening to your body before you go and get an abortion. Now that's
forcing to be careful.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
especially
that for surgeries when you got to take out a lung or take out an appendix. So why is that not happening? Why is it not being informed to the woman? Hey, when you get an abortion, we have full range to do whatever we want to the fetus, and where is it going, and who is it given? Who is the body parts given to? Shit like that. That's not given. That information is not given to the woman when she gets an abortion. So it's a lack of knowledge, and the fact that they should be required to sit down and really figure out what this is. And okay, guys, I'm gonna have to call you back. My grandma's calling.
Okay.
Oh shit.
All right.
Crystal was spitting though. God damn.
She was spitting.
To add to what she was saying though, a lot of women when they go through with that process, they don't consider the damage that they're doing to themselves, and because there are a lot of women who go through that process and then turn around and now they can't maintain a pregnancy.
I
Now,
Mm.
turn around and they're actually trying to have a child after, you know, a previous abortion or whatever, or in some cases multiple, and now a woman that damaged herself internally to the point where it's questionable if she can even maintain a pregnancy.
Yeah, cause last time I checked, that shit hurt like a motherfucker. So I can imagine it doing some damage up in there.
I
yeah.
don't know.
As
See, okay,
go ahead,
so I
go ahead, Tyler.
understand. Yeah, so I understand what you're saying when you say that, but I do feel like women are very very aware of the risk. I think the only real issue is that the community aspect is kind of lacking in a lot of these in a lot of these environments, because when women have a strong support system, it's not even about the abortion, but it's about her mental health. It's about how she's feeling about the pregnancy and how it's affecting her. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's so easy for people to neglect the fact that at the very end of the day, it's not just like the fetus or the baby that we're talking about here, but it's the health of the woman. Irregardless of whether she wants that abortion or not, is she of sound mind? And if she's not of sound mind, is there a community that is willing to invest in her in order to heal her and to make sure that she's at a place where if she is pregnant, that she can carry it in a healthy manner. That's what I feel like the energy should be at. Because I feel like there's too much emphasis on, oh, this is whether it's moral or not. It's like, well, does she have the support of the people in the first place? Because if she doesn't, then that's also going to compromise the pregnancy. Because if she does carry the child to full term, and the child is healthy, what about postpartum? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what about
Right.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Uh, I, I agree. I agree with what you said, and not to try to repeat what you said, because I've always said that I don't believe in abortions, but it is your right to have the child. But I do feel like, and I'm only if you're married. I feel like you should at least discuss it with your husband. He doesn't have to be the final say, but I feel like you should at least discuss it with your husband if y'all want to have the baby, or if y'all financially able to have the baby or not. Because I've seen too many times where um, I think out of D Wolf, or I think D Wolf said this, there's a lot of dudes that want to have the baby, but the woman don't even tell them they're pregnant. You just figure out they have an abortion and shit. And then I know
Mm.
some people, it hurts their feelings and shit. So I'm on the lines of that. But other
Mhm.
than that, I agree with a lot with what y'all said.
Yeah. And I think that the only rules that should be passed by the Supreme Court at this time is that a woman cannot get an abortion if the child was conceived by both parties, and the other person has to be there in order to give the say so. I think too many times women do sneak off and go to the abortion clinic and say, I need to get an abortion, and the other partner is not aware of the situation.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what if you talking about if they're in a relationship, right? And
Yes,
not just
both
they
parties,
got pregnant by some
right.
fuck boy.
Both parties have to agree um, regarding the situation, not raping, none of those cases. That case,
Not one night stand going wrong.
well, if it's a one night stand gone wrong, then yeah, still both parties have to be there, be present.
The only
In
thing that
that in that
I
case, you
Just
personally,
two
willingly did what you
consenting is
did.
what she's saying, right?
because I personally believe the man should know, but I don't believe that he gets the final say. I think the final say should always go to the woman every
that's what
time.
I that's where I agree with too. It's like she should at least know, because I would be
Yeah,
like I would be horrified if I
Yeah,
figure out the girl that I'm in a relationship. I would be horrified if the girl I was in a relationship, she had an abortion. I wouldn't know. I'd be mad. I,
but what if she's sloppy and she don't know who got her pregnant?
then I shouldn't be with that
that ain't
hoe.
my business though, honestly.
Well, she's sloppy.
If she's sloppy, that ain't my business because it's a huge possibility that it may not be my child unless it's going to be a DNA test. Because if
So
she
by
tells me, then because like my thing is, if she tells me, but I know she's been with other dudes, I want a motherfucking DNA test. But if you're gonna abort the baby, then that's none of my business because there's a high possibility that it could not be mine.
And you
So
probably don't want it to be yours at that point anyway.
no,
I mean, it's still a child at the end of the day. So
and
as
it
long as
also
that DNA test come back, if the DNA test come back positive, then my feelings will change. But other than that,
also it depends on the mother as well.
yeah.
Because I don't want no crazy ass baby mama.
right.
And plus, I'm not sticking my dick in crazy.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you guys a question really quick, right?
What's
So
up?
if some places, they make one person a clear example, and other people do not want to follow that example. For its, for example, if someone, well, this is kind of dark, but if a guy rapes a woman, right, and this judge says people who rape women or what gets less charge, like 5 years, and he wants to make him an example so it doesn't get repeated. He gives him 20 years or life for rapists. Do you think that by introducing that type of method, will you have more women to not figure out who the baby daddy is, or more men to just sleep around without thinking twice? Or do you think if they can't get out of that situation, they have to have the baby, they have to take responsibility? Or do you think it's going to continue for people not to think thoroughly before making these major life-changing decisions?
Okay, I understand what you're asking, and my answer would be this. I feel like first off, like this is case by case, of course, because people are very broad, like they have different
Yeah.
motivations and things like that. But I would say if we were talking about a general sense, the precedent that the judge sets, the 20 years, like I feel like it would have an effect, but at the same time, there are people that are still going to find a way. There are still people out there that are going to try to cheat the system in whichever way that they can for whatever sick reason that they have.
Mm,
And we can't rule that out when it comes to humanity because people do fucked up shit all the motherfucking time for no reason whatsoever, other than
right.
the fact that they get a power trip off of it or they just genuinely like to see people suffer. So
Mhm.
if we're going to set that precedent, there also has to be a mental health aspect to it. If you're going to jail this man, then have him and the woman have a mental health evaluation so that if the woman does end up like compromised because of the trauma that she has faced, we have resources for that. We can help her with that. And in the case that she doesn't want to have the child, we will have the abortion in the safest way possible so that she doesn't have to live through that trauma looking at the child all over again. Because as you know, there are cases of women who are victims of rape and they have the child and the child look just like the rapist and it's trauma all over again every time the woman sees her child.
Right.
And
Talking
so
about cases at all.
right. So
Right. That's horrible.
yeah. Yeah. So with the man like going to jail, the criminal going to jail, the mental health evaluation would help with the information that is given to not just the law but medical staff as well, so that they can see the signs before it happens. You know what I'm saying? They can see that if this woman comes to us and she's in a situation that coincides with the cases that we had before, because we made this a precedent, then we'll be able to better advise women to stay away from certain types of men. Hell, we
Right.
might even change how our entire culture looks at how these relationships happen in general. So it depends on how the information is used if that precedent is set.
Because I was, the way I look at society, I don't have much faith in them. Um,
Right.
I figured, okay, if everyone knows that if they shoot someone, they're going to jail, we see that it's still shootings, but not as much as it would be if they did not have any consequences behind their actions.
Right. Because then more people would be just shooting people just because they look at them wrong.
Right. That part.
Shit.
So I was thinking of it like, okay, well, if you know that that bullet is that child, I mean, it's a harsh way to put it, then you know that you have to take accountability for the life that you brought into this world, regardless of whatever situation it was. Now, rape, that's a no-go. And it's a case-by-case basis, but I felt like if it's more serious circumstances behind people's decision, I think that they would think twice. But everything's a case by case, and like Fada said, they'll find a way. If they don't want to take care of no damn kid, they will find a way.
Thank you, because I didn't know how to answer that question. I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't know. Any last words before we move on to another topic?
I
Yeah.
love women, and I hope that we having babies, in safe environments, and that's all I want, and that's all I wish for, women.
Men,
Shout out to women.
men, mind your seed, and women, stay away from these fuckboys and don't let them load you up, yo. Straight up.
Yeah,
Stop letting
protect
these
your
dudes
kingdom.
drop a load in you, yo. Straight up.
Protect your kingdom.
Because a lot of these dudes ain't shit, and men don't know how to fuck. We don't know how to fucking control ourselves. So
I know how to control myself. Shit.
So I do too. I'm just saying, yo. Because I practice certain techniques to make sure I have control. So when it's time, that's when it's done. That decision has been made. We both said, "You are you ready for the child? We both decide we're ready for the child?" Because we had our fun before. We both have the decision, and when it's made, then we do it. Then I let go. Then I fill you up. Simple, I guess it's simpler. It's easier said than done at this point in this day and age, but yeah, that's how it should be.
Stay away from the Hennessy babies. That's usually how it happens.
Ray, I feel like you're reminding yourself.
You get that?
I feel like you're reminding yourself when you said that.
Oh yeah, there's been a couple of Hennessy nights. Although consensual, they are also awkward. So
I'm trying to figure out how I want to put this. So the thing with the progressive arguments about woman's rights, woman's choice, body choice, which I would agree, like you should have like a right to choose what you want to do with your body, as far as like would you want to get abortion, do you not want to get abortion, but also at the same time, I feel like these establishments don't owe you one either, if that makes any sense.
Explain
you
So
that.
are you are responsible for your own actions, with the exception of rape, because obviously
right.
there's rape, but most of the stuff you are literally responsible for your own actions. So I don't really expect them to do much for you than what they can or what they want to.
What they want to, yeah, because you're using someone else's services to
Right.
get that. So it's kind of like
And a lot
that's
of
what happens when you're relying on
especially
somebody else, especially since some of these like I don't know about like other places, but I know around here like oh boy, you can get abortion for free.
yeah, and I know that some people they don't want to quote unquote spend my tax dollars on and what they would deem an accident, whether it's rape or not. Because I've heard a lot of people have some wild takes about rape that I'm not even going to get into. It's just like, wow, you actually said that shit. But yeah. Keeping on to the court case. How y'all feel about the shit that's going on between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
Can I be if I can be completely honest, well, it's
As
not that
always,
I don't care, bro. It's not that I don't care about it, but there is way too much shit happening. There's way too much shit happening. I'm here 1 minute I'm hearing he did this, he did that. Another minute I'm hearing she did this and she did that. It's just like holy shit. Like
Well,
how
he
much shit
say,
have
she
y'all done
say.
to each other? It's not even that it's he say she say. They both did shit to each other, but I think the
Mm,
one thing that because I think the one thing that is big about the entire case is that Amber Heard was the one that was accusing him at first. Like she was the one
right?
that was painting the narrative. She was using her status as a woman to paint a narrative about a man being domestically abusive towards her. But when Johnny Depp came out and was talking about, hold up, because you did this, and this, and not only that, I have the receipts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people weren't expecting that. A lot of people were not expecting Johnny Depp to have the actual receipts that Amber Heard was like, she did her shit too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this case is I feel like the reason why this case is so high profile is because the narrative that men get abused in relationships is something that's still stigmatized. Like a lot of men don't come out about their domestic abuse because if they do, you're gonna get a whole bunch of other people talking about, oh well, he's a man, he shouldn't be able to take that, or oh why can't he just leave and shit like that, like blaming the victim basically. And it's like, yo, some men, they're not the type of men to just hit women. Some men, they're not the type to fight back. You know what I mean? There's a lot of men out there that are actually very fucking docile. There's men that are way more docile than women, but we don't talk about that because that's not the narrative. The narrative is that men are supposed to have that machismo. You know what I'm saying? Like they're supposed to be like the Vin Diesel types. Like, nah, there are men that are very, very docile. There are men that have been raised to be very, it's a spectrum. But those men aren't really considered men. They're like considered women with Y chromosomes, and it's so sad. So I feel like Johnny Depp, like how he's handling himself in this case, is going to help heal a lot of men who's been through similar situations and haven't spoken up because of that embarrassment, because they don't want to be stigmatized. And Amber Heard, a lot of people are demonizing her because how dare you as a woman use this to make us to paint this narrative about us that we can also do this shit too. But at the same time, this case and how it's playing out in front of everybody to see, and like the public is getting into it, and they're doing the case locally too. It's in Fairfax. They're right there. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like this case is, a lot of people are paying attention to it because of the narratives that are being destroyed as a result of like the information that's coming out about their relationship.
Especially that recording, of her just basically saying nobody's gonna believe you if you tell that you're being abused by a woman and all that shit. I'm like, damn,
bro, that's manipulative as fuck.
Yeah, I did hear the little recording when she said that shit. I was like, damn, Chen.
Yeah, I let off a Murray man. Evil. I'm not even gonna lie when she said that shit.
Ray, you funny as shit.
Yo, sometimes, hey, I've been saying this. There is a lot of evil ass women. If y'all really pay attention, when they want to get back at you, they do some petty foul shit. So
these women, them wicked.
This still
wicked.
There's still dudes and women out here that say that men cheat as if women don't cheat. I know for a fact that women cheat because sometimes I've been the dude that they cheat with.
I'm about to have my chalkboard out. I'm about to have my chalkboard out and write like Bart Simpson. Women are not good people. Women are not good people.
They're people. They're people. They're capable of good and bad, just like we are.
Women are not good people.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on that.
Except for Crystal.
I'm telling you.
I feel like Crystal will get there if you push that button, but only if you push that button.
You want to know what it is? It's like, there's Crystal, then there's Goon Crystal. You don't want Goon Crystal.
Exactly.
Because I'm telling you, there's been situations where it's like I didn't even know that the woman had a boyfriend until someone else told me.
Wasn't she with Musk at one point?
Musk, yeah, at one point.
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
I'm funny. That is so hilarious how you called him Musk just now. You ain't shit.
The Musk. The musket.
Musk.
Short for musty.
And you
that's what I was thinking.
Hey, Ray, you know what it sounds like? You know what D Wolf just did? He Vince McMahon Elon Musk.
He just took his name away. Took his name away.
Welcome the new owner of Twitter, Musk.
Shit. I think me person, I just think I've not seen this many people investing into a white woman since
Hmm?
Casey Anthony and Joey Arias. But there's a lot of this is one of the few times where I've seen like women all collectively want to see her
Burn.
uh yes burn. And
There's still women defending her.
it's
Those
still,
are-
but it's just like,
are-
can you really defend that?
That's not a woman.
They'll try. What
Not
is
a.
that? What is that?
Mm-mm.
Some manner of beast.
Some-
That's a that. We're just gonna say a that.
It's
Because
on
I
my
That's the
she
thing.
on my timeline right now. I was like, wow, this chick just actually defended that crazy ass shit.
oh shit.
She really just did that. I should block her because nothing she says from here on will be taken seriously.
Now,
I'm not. When
yeah.
I tell people I'm not surprised because there are people who just defend women and just well, even though you have all the facts, they're just going to defend it. I've seen that. It's kind of sad, really, but I've done seen that. It's just like I literally, it's literally right there, and then it's like what's his name? Bird Box. They look like
Yeah,
Sandra Bullock in
yeah.
Bird Box. You just
I
have
don't
a
Yeah,
see it.
clown.
just blind. But
I don't see it.
that's what they call staying on code. I wish black people could stay on code like that.
Mm,
That's some hella code staying on.
Now you
We did with
know.
OJ, but we just did it. We
We
shouldn't have
did
did it with OJ. We did it with OJ. We should not have done it with OJ.
Oh nah,
no,
niggas were on cold for OJ. It was
Yeah,
beautiful to see.
for
bitch got
OJ. Yeah.
revoked in my book.
What you say?
OJ's black card got revoked on my in my book.
that's
But
why I
yeah,
say,
yeah.
Trophies?
and that's why I say we shouldn't have done it with OJ because
Well, if you know what really happened.
No, we
No. D Wolf,
it's
see, D Wolf, I understand. No, trust me, I understand, but it's not about that. We just wanted to see a black man beat the
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
America's
After that point, because the shit I've heard
justifiably
about
go.
OJ, I was like, God
So
damn,
still we shouldn't have
it's
done
like we stayed on code for that nigga.
it.
Hey,
From what I
man.
know, he was just protecting his son.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
He's protecting his
Okay.
what bipolar son who just really didn't like the bitch. Ah, it's funny.
no, I
Uh,
that against little girls that's in women's body because my dad had to suffer at the hands of a little bitch. So it's
Damn.
that we would have a trial where the bitch burns on a stake. That's where I'm at.
That's that goon crystal that I love. Go
Goon
off.
Squad.
this is this is why this is why I say it's like I've said this before. And some women are just more evil than men. It's like because they'll actually do it. And not even if provoked. It's just you just need a reason. Just give them a reason to do it. They'll do it. Man, we'll think about it. It's just like, do I really want to go to jail? Nah. It's like some women's just like fuck it.
Bro, I
Lock me
can't
up.
go to jail, bro. Bro, I'm gonna miss the Super Bowl. I can't do it. You do some shit like that. Women be like, better stop fucking playing with me.
Look, I said anytime a woman will run you over with a car and not even think twice of it, and then in their mugshot they're smiling.
Tiger. Yo.
Exactly. That shit. That's how you know. It's just they are in signed sealed. And the worst is Stevie Wonder. Signed sealed delivered. I'm yours.
cut your cut your meticus off and then throw it inside the drain.
Yes.
The little blender drain, the garbage disposal. There you go.
It's just like you know how some people got an shoulder angel, and a shoulder devil. It's just two shoulder devils. Oh shit! I found.
Yo, that just
It just-
you remind me of a joke, son.
Nah.
It's like,
True.
hey, you should cut the nigga dick off, and it's just like, yeah, you should cut the nigga dick off. Why does
That
that?
reminds me. That reminds me. I don't know if y'all heard of Bill Burr, but he did a joke about that.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Yo, isn't it funny? Y'all could go on the View and shit and make fun of some lady like cutting off a dude's dick. But when it's the other way around, it's horrible. Like, wait, you didn't find out if she deserved it or not?
Nah,
Like
you could
usually
just
the dude deserves that, right? That's usually the
yeah,
story. But if the
right.
woman deserved it and he goes and like
There's no
kills
such
her in
thing as
some way,
she deserved it.
it's
That's
the
the
yeah.
thing.
I'm like,
There's no such thing
yo,
as she for
you
no
can do
reason.
less
Number
to
for no
them, and
reason.
we're still the monster here. It's
You can
insane.
just say something off color.
Mm-hmm.
It's a monster.
But you're
You know,
laughing about the dick of the disposal unit, yo. Well, what if he sliced up her clit and she deserved it? She smacked his child around. You know, she cheated and all that shit. She was plotting his death. Nope. Nope. Don't want to hear from a dude. You can't get away with that shit.
Honest,
Yo.
honestly, that's why I don't cheat. That's why I don't cheat.
Black men don't
Yeah,
cheat.
honestly, at this point, I don't know why men cheat because the stack is already against us. Like, you gonna make it worse, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You know-
especially like, don't do it. Just don't do it.
I
Go
think
ahead, Crystal.
we're to a point where some men are like, you know what, I'm not living my best life right now. I'm getting, slapped around by the woman I'm with. I'm basically her bitch. Might as well go out with flames. Like, I think men are at that point
Yo.
where they don't even care that they get caught on,
Mhm.
on camera. They don't give a fuck. They don't care.
I
think
always wondered.
even back in the day, I think the lies were a little more creative, so the girl doesn't get hurt. Now it's like, oh, you got my phone? Oh, you called me? All right. It's like it's a setup. Like, you just leave your phone out with everything.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's a very good fucking point. The one thing about men from the 70s and 80s, them niggas can lie.
It is so
Them niggas were hiding fucking families.
They were hiding families. They were.
a side bitch say the side bitch, and the wife say the wife.
Bruh.
Even the side bitch
It's a
has
wife and a concubine, yo.
But now it just switched up and shit. But anyway, the thing that I hate about Amber Heard is that when she wanted to stand, the part that I heard was the fact that she was like, yeah, he walked over to me and he slapped me and I thought he was joking and I hee ha ha. I'm like, no, bitch, your crazy side got turned on and you're making it try to seem innocent. So basically, when he slapped you the first time, you done went crazy and you wanted to make it look, you wanted to have him keep hitting you supposedly so that you can go to fuck off. And if you kill him, it's in self-defense. I know you, I know how you move in these streets. Don't play. So my whole thing is like, if you got abused the first time, why the fuck you didn't get out? Why the fuck you didn't leave? And you're talking about all the drugs he's been on. So you just wanted revenge. That's all I'm hearing.
She wanna act like she was just watching him. She was watching him snort. Fuck out of here. You're partaking. No play.
Oh, I can get this nigga.
I already know her crazy ass is partaking.
I feel like this is like a super villain plot. I'm gonna make him the villain and I'm gonna get all the money.
I'm mad, yo. I really liked her as a mirror too.
Oh yeah, Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
She
lost
the role because of that.
Yeah, she was actually a good in Aquaman. Like, I enjoyed her role, but
yeah, well,
Well,
yep,
funny
it's
that
what it is.
think about how she got. I can never not think about how she really got the role. So,
And didn't she cost him Pirates of the Caribbean because of their fights? He kept going in late and
Yep,
Disney
sure
got
did.
mad
Yep,
at
yep.
him. Yeah.
that was my favorite.
So
I would have been sick.
karma hit.
Yeah, he was making money off of that too.
Yeah.
It's just like, I hate to see people lose their money like that.
That would be like Jada taking Bad Boys away from Will Smith.
They had a little Facebook joint going on, like, who would you rather be in a relationship with, Amber Heard or Jada? I was like, definitely Jada.
Definitely Jada.
Yeah, I was about to say
Amber
Jada.
Heard is way too much.
Yeah,
also, niggas ain't shit, bro. Nah, niggas ain't shit because if someone on social media said, "Yo, if Jada did that shit to me, I'm smacking her up the side of her head, and the slap is gonna be loud as shit."
Damn. I'm playing it in my head, yeah.
Because it's bare skin.
He said, "No." He said, "I'm fresh cutting the shit out." Of her.
Damn.
Yo,
I'm
those
sorry.
smacks hurt. Yeah,
Bruh.
them smacks.
I
them
didn't
smacks
want to.
hurt.
I didn't want to laugh, but I laughed.
Man.
Forgive me, Will.
He gonna watch out. He gonna come slap you out of nowhere.
And that man in therapy somewhere as Jada tried to do a red table talk.
Mm-mm.
I'm still waiting for that episode.
Jada Jada's still trying to get her money. Like nothing happened.
One
I
thing
said,
about
okay.
Jada, she is gonna be on Facebook.
Hmm.
You gonna know everything with that
Gonna
one.
know everything. She had her mama and her daughter in that bitch, and they were talking about some shit. She gonna get that bag.
Mm-mm.
Do you think Willow is gonna be like Jada? Do y'all think Willow's gonna end up taking after Jada's
I think
behavior?
so. I think so.
I think she's going to be in a relationship with a woman, and then
And treat her bad too.
maybe treat her bad. I don't. You think they're alike? You think they're alike?
I don't.
I don't know. I feel like Willow gonna have somebody falling in love. She gonna be like what's her name? Erica Badu. Gonna have niggas falling in fucking love.
Hmm. Yeah, she might. I see her being. I see her being like a lesbian or some shit.
I mean, she's I was going to say ambidextrous. She's one of those things. She a free spirit, so
Mm.
obviously she messed with both genders, and I just think that somewhere along the line she's just going to get into a relationship with a woman, and then like people gonna be like, ah.
I know
Hmm.
that Jada's a free spirit too, so I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think it's still in the early stages because she still has a long way to go and certain things to experience. But I'm hoping that's not the case.
Mm,
That'd
That
be interesting.
whole that whole family's a little weird, so I don't really care. As long as they in good health, I don't give a shit. They crazy.
Mm.
Y'all niggas
Fucking
crazy. What's
they
wrong with
fuck
y'all niggas? What's
they
wrong with you?
I think this is crazy.
they a mess.
Uh, any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Hashtag me too.
Hashtag black men don't cheat. And fellas, if you ever just talk to women and they'll explain to you how they caught their man cheating, just know that you just rather not cheat at all because we're not slick enough to like not get caught. But they're for some
Yeah.
reason extra smart enough to know your traits that will get you caught. So black men don't cheat. Uh,
And if you
have
are
y'all
gonna
seen?
cheat, cheat on a white woman for reparations.
Wow.
You should get back.
Get your shit back, black man.
Have y'all seen some of the Met Gala pictures? What y'all think about that?
I really, bro, they doing rituals in that bitch. I don't think that's a fashion show.
100%.
He said 100%. He agrees.
What do you What do you
He
think they're
concurs.
sacrificing?
I don't even really think it's
Their
sacrificing.
dignity.
I just no, I don't even really think it's sacrificing. I feel like it's one big ass metaphysical orgy. It's just a whole bunch of spirits just all butt fucking each other.
Yo.
And then they're wearing, and then the clothes is to manifest the spirit that they're fucking them with. So that's why they all have a theme.
The people
You
that
know
show
what?
up there's like legit well-known witches and warlocks and shit, and they're like blind eye suddenly. Like you see what these people are in, like that. What's her name again? Abramovich bitch. That
I didn't know.
that Jay-Z be with. That I'm like, oh my god. There's this other one, this ugly looking chick, yo. I'm like
She
this
was behind.
ugly old lady,
I really
and
thought that she was in costume for an alien suit.
And I'm like, nobody's questioning this, yo. Come on,
I've been questioning it ever since I first heard of the Met Gala. I said, "What the fuck are they wearing?" And
yo.
everybody tell you it's fashion. I said,
Yeah,
"Who the fuck is wearing this shit?"
I don't know. I'm just following fashion.
yeah. They
Most
just
of them just look like they ready for bed, or it look like a robe, or they're
that's
going.
just your opportunity to do what they do underground outside.
You seen that shit with Tiana Taylor wore?
Oh shit!
That shit. She literally did look like an evil villain and shit. I was like, yo. And then I just realized this. Who's the woman like Cardi B was next to her? I think she on Gucci or something like that. Or
D Wolf mentioned it. Wasn't it that one?
The old lady, right? That was she Cuban or something?
I don't know, but her face, she looked like a damn MIB alien. That's what she
Yo,
Damn.
fucking looked like.
right? I don't know
She
her
looked like
name,
a
but
fucking
her, yeah.
MIB.
But
And
she's
her
known
face,
to be a witch.
yeah, her face creeps me out a lot. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this I'm looking at?
Mm.
That's why I don't trust these motherfuckers. Yo, I'm like, when they start steering people's minds into shit, into certain political narratives, I was like, where's this coming from, yo? Because you're
And
talking to the detriment
She
of the
was next to
people.
Cardi B. So
Mhm.
That's her color. That's too much.
Well, I've been in Hollywood, so I can confirm this shit. It's insane.
Of all people to be behind, why her?
Cardi B, why Cardi B? I don't know. Like Father said, is probably sacrificing some shit. I don't know.
Nah, they having sex. They fucking.
See,
They're
I
eating
kept it to
certain
the
things.
Oh my god.
Doing the dirty.
Mm.
I just kept it to the bare of they're probably just fans of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and that's where I want to keep it.
You want to
It's
know what
like,
it is? Did you see that clip? Did you see that clip of Anderson Pop?
oh, with the Ike Turner wig,
Yeah,
I
with
was
the
like,
Wow.
that was tell me that was not the Ike Turner wig.
that was the fucking Ike Turner wig. And then he fucking did the little Will Smith dance. You know that dance he be doing in Fresh Prince? He was doing
Yeah,
that shit. And I'm like, yo, somebody's like, hey, yo, uh, Bruno Mars is giving that nigga premium booger sugar. That booger sugar is hitting,
there's that good quality blue magic booger sugar.
bruh. And I'm like, bro, you can look at Bruno Mars and know that he be doing that shit. You can look at him and see it.
Uh,
You know, it's
I told
2022, but them niggas is living in 1973.
I told people if I ever go to a Met Gala, I'm just cosplaying as an anime character, and I'll probably go with Shishomaru. I said I'll probably still fit
Yo.
in. I'm looking like I'm gonna be a Black Lord Shishomaru, and it's like ain't nobody gonna tell me shit. Motherfucking if Cardi B could come out with like a vagina flower looking thing, I feel like I can pull off motherfucking Shishomaru or some shit like that.
It's a
Uh,
show.
I like Inuyasha, as you can see.
Yeah.
Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
Bro, if I went to the Met Gala, I'm just gonna be somebody's security. I'm gonna be just standing there and out of the way.
You know, it's funny you say that because Pete Davidson look indoctrinated.
Bro, Pete Davidson has got to be the most random famous nigga I ever met in my life. Like he's famous and he's everywhere, but I feel like he's still a random.
He's like an
Like,
NPC. He's like an NPC that everybody knows.
nah, bro. Like I feel like if you went to create a character and press default, you get Pete Davidson.
Whoever
In a
doesn't
Tony
like Pete
Hawk game,
Davidson,
in a Tony Hawk
Yeah,
Pro Skater.
if you played a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game and created a skater and pressed default, that
yo.
nigga would look just like Pete Davidson.
I agree with you.
For whoever doesn't like Pete Davidson, just watch the beginning of the Suicide Squad. You'll be happy.
It's not that I don't know. I just don't know nothing about him other than they call him Skeet, and I know that's not a good thing that they call him Skeet, but that's all.
But
He's a
but it's
comedic
okay,
version of DJ Khaled. That's all. That's how I compare him. You know, he's a
bro. It
comedic
makes
version
sense
of him.
though. It makes sense though. If I looked at him for the first time, like, and somebody called him Skeet, I'd be like, "You do look like a Skeet."
Word.
You press default on the Pro Skater, fucking create a skater, and then you name him Skeet. Perfect.
I'm telling you, son. That's the best. That's just the
Uh,
best. I'm gonna write that down, son, for real.
oh shit. All right, let's go to our final thoughts, and we're gonna start with Dion if he's there. Dion, I
Cut
guess
off.
he's not. I guess he's not there. Shining Wolf is on you.
Hello.
Yeah,
For what final word?
yeah. Final thoughts.
Mm, I don't really have any this time. Really.
All
Can you hear
right.
me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can. You don't have none. All right.
Nah.
D Wolf is on you.
Okay. I think the reason I'm so passionate about us running shit is because I've been looking into like my family lineage and our lineage in general too. And I'm like, there hasn't been a time in history where we haven't lost our freedom or rulership by saying no. Because this is a damn shame. Like I remember when I first heard of Hidden Colors, I used to laugh at it. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, oh my god, who would these guys just want to be just pro black for no reason and make money off of it? But I went